Welcome back to Midday Kentucky, everyone. I'm really interested in talking about this. Do you find yourself dwelling on that one piece of criticism you received, whether from your boss or a family, husband, boyfriend, girlfriend? Licensed pastoral counsellor Dr. James Stillwell is here to share how we can escape perfectionism. I think it's amazing. What is perfectionism?
Perfectionism would be when you're stuck at the need to be perfect in everything.
Okay.
And you've got that critical voice in your head that that tears you down when you don't make perfection.
Okay. All right. Another question. Don't we all want to be perfect or do a good job?
A good job is completely different than perfect.
Yeah.
Because perfect is unattainable.
Or do our best?
Do our best is good. Goals are what we're talking about. I want to reach this particular goal. I have this big picture in mind, the way I want it to look, and shorter goals along the way. But perfect? What is that anyway? You know? So we have this critical voice that we get from our parents or whoever raised us that tells us that it's never quite right. So we over-focus on the negatives without seeing the big picture.
Okay. You know what I get sick of people telling me? Lower your standards. Your expectations are too high. Is that a sign of perfectionism?
It could be. And so what they're trying to tell you is don't be so overly focused on the negative. Don't be so overly focused on not making a mistake. Kind of embrace your mistakes.
You've heard me on this show.
Yeah.
I'm always making mistakes. Half the words I don't understand.
And so that's what makes you not a perfectionist in some sense, because you take those mistakes and you embrace them, you make it a part of your personality, it's part of who you are, it makes you endearing to people, and that's what you do.
Okay.
That's a good thing.
But how do you, look, I'm asking these questions because it comes up in my life a lot, and I know a lot of people struggle. So I said I couldn't sleep at 2:30. Okay, because I was thinking about yesterday, you know, because what could I have said? What could I have done? How could I have made this better? What should I have done? Going it over and over in my head. Now, kids do that when they study for their school exams. Husbands think that about their wives. Wives think that about their husbands. How do they be a better wife? How do they be a better mother? I'm not as good as the next door neighbor. What are some tools, apart from taking Ambien,
right?
Do you know what I mean? And getting on Twitter.
One tool is to acknowledge the negative and acknowledge the positive at the same time. Is to say something like, even though, and say the negative thing, I still accept and love myself. No matter what it is, no matter what the negative thing is, you're acknowledging the negative. You're not just stuffing it and denying it. It's real.
Yeah.
But it doesn't cancel out the fact that you're loved, that you matter, that you're doing a good thing. And so acknowledging the negative and the positive at the same time. The other thing I think is just staying in the present moment and not letting the past run your head, not letting the future run your head, embracing every experience for connection rather than things that don't really matter in the long run. That can distract you.
So if something like that is happening and you're getting that feedback from people that you're too much a perfectionist, you're trying to reach too high, or, you know, do you just take a step back, take a breath and reevaluate?
Yes.
And, you know, do you talk about it? What do you do?
Yes. Oh, I hear that people tell me it's very helpful to come and talk about it.
Yeah.
Because when you talk about it, then you realize what you're doing to yourself, because people are giving you that feedback, and so you back off and you look at the big picture of your life. Where am I just leaving open spaces for relationships rather than constantly just over-focusing on the negative?
I got you. I got you. Dr. James Stillwell, as always, fascinating information.
Thank you.
If you want to find out more about Dr. James Stillwell Ministries, there it all is up on the screen now. Have you got anything coming up? Any courses or anything that's going on?
Our divorce recovery
quickly?
will be in September. It's not too early to look for information.
Give them a call,
about that.
everyone.